Hello and welcome to Final Fantasy IX with me, Darnison. Before I start off part 3, I just would like to apologise for the delay in this video, as I've been really busy and out with other stuff, and that took a lot of time. I've been really busy the last couple of weeks, so I hope you do obviously enjoy the video. As I said in today's episode 3, which is basically the Ice Cavern part of the game. Obviously, since the last time I sorted this, I've been training with the characters, leveling them up, getting them to learn certain abilities. Stein's still learning level up, but he should have that learned by the end of the Ice Cavern. Hopefully I'll be able to get the Mythical Dagger off the Sea Lion, and which has the ability Bandit for Zidane, which is, if I remember correctly, Bandit increases the success rate of stealing items off monsters, which would come in handy much later on, especially for trying to get some of the secondary weapons to learn such abilities as Black Mage's Fundara, Blizzara, and Fire spells. Fire Arge is the third stage one. I'm just a little ahead of myself there. That tent will come in handy much later on. No, not much later on. It depends how fast you get through the Ice Cavern, really. Yeah, one of the reasons why I trained up my characters is because, like I said, later on they do get like, well, it's like they may get like they'll probably get, for those who have played this game before, and that the characters obviously do split up and all that later on in the game. But like I said, it's best and all that. I said to have them train them up a few levels, just in case they come up it's just like I said, enough for later on battles and all that when they get separated. They might come up against monsters that are a lot tougher than what were the ones that they're, like I said, they're facing up before. It's always great to learn certain abilities and all that earlier on, as soon as you get a chance to, such as level up. And obviously, there may be a way of getting it sooner. I've never found out, but you can get, I think it's fairy earrings and that, and on if you're playing on PlayStation Disc 2 from the auction house in Treno. And as long as you've got the Gale, you can do get as many as you need, really. I mean, I use them. I try and get at least 2 to start off with, and that because I normally do some leveling up and fighting monsters and all that. Underneath Treno in the area on there that has some monsters in, just to make your characters in that a little bit stronger and obviously let us learn the level up ability. And then so I can use them for some of the other characters. Now, like when they switch back when you switch between teams. One thing before I get too far into this video, I do not own any rights to Final Fantasy IX or any things like that. They all belong to the rightful owners. There's no copyright issues intended. These videos are recorded for entertainment only, and I do not earn anything from these videos. Yeah, these creatures have a ability called HP switching, which is, I would say, definitely in that pain, especially if you can't, like say, if your character's got full HP of 316, and do you have a HP of 50? The HP or not would obviously switch around. And Steiner's level up. Yeah, I know it's not the strongest armour, but I use that iron helmet and all that later on. And there's the example of the HP switching ability in action. Although it didn't do him much good. That's a weird reaction. Now I normally skip through these Mogstar bits of the game because I've played the game so many times before. But obviously, if you've never played this game before, I would advise reading through all those things and all that. And it's just like it helps you and all that along the lines and all that. This is later on in the game when it comes to synthesizing powerful weapons, accessories, and so on. I would say if you have any tents, or even if you just have the one, use it there, because you'll understand because then come up to a boss battle and all that, where it's basically a 2-on-1 boss battle, so you kind of need your HP, and if you can, because the bit of a spoiler, I suppose you could say, than that, but I'll be facing the Black Waltz and the Sea Lion in an up-and-coming boss battle. Right, the Black Waltz items to steal from him is silk shirts, a silk shirt and a remedy. From the Sea Lion it's a Mithril dagger, which I spoke about at the beginning of the video, or near the beginning, and an ether. I would say take out the Black Waltz first. I know the Sea Lion looks more intimidating and more powerful, but it's not that particularly... It's not as bad, but it's not as strong as it looks, I would say. But like I said, just go for the Black Waltz first and try and steal the items and all that off the Sea Lion. Mithril dagger and all that you'll definitely want. And obviously if you start losing health and things like that, just use the potions and all that. If you've seen the previous video, although I can't remember actually doing that previous video or not, and you get items from the south gate, from the gate. I think it's south gate now, near Evil Forest. gonna risk it. We have to do some additional damage to... Yes. That might help. Got it. Sometimes I think it could just be inflicting enough damage for steel to be useful again. Unless you got abilities such as Bandit. And I got the high potion back that I used. Yeah, this is very handy in that this is the only time you can actually get this weapon near the beginning of the game. And that otherwise you'd have to wait until Treno and all that on disc 2 on the original PlayStation version, or just basically Treno and all that on the PC version, which is the version I'm currently playing. But that says it's a good ability and all that's very useful. Allows you to as it says, raises and that, but there it goes. What it does there raises the success rate of steel. I was just about to say now that I would have said this at the end, if we didn't face the I forget what they're called. The Flans or Cavern or Cave-Imps, we wouldn't have faced any. I didn't think we were going to. Now, using magic, if used on a number of monsters, or even using it to heal a number of characters, it does lose some potency rather than using it on one character or monster. But I'll use it on multiple enemies because it damages them all. It damages all of them, and it can heal multiple characters, especially if there's more than one character that's on low health. And that if you're using it on, like I said, if you're using white magic, and like I said, does more damage than all that monsters. this has sounded a bit like a tutorial video or anything like that. I apologise. It's only really gameplay and to help some players, and I'll try and interest people playing Final Fantasy 9. And obviously for now to help if you're missing a certain item that you've been looking for that you need, anything like that really. So it's just more guidelines and gameplay and so just something for you to basically enjoy. I couldn't think of a name apart from either using Dagger, so I just called her Yuna from the Final Fantasy X game. Sometimes I may use like characters' names from other games and in Final Fantasy, things like that. It's just like I said, I sometimes I can think of good names, sometimes I get like my mind just goes blank and I have to come up with names, but hopefully, like I said, I'll come up with some nice names and for characters. If not, then I will just basically think of I'll try and think of a good name or just use names that I've used in the past in video games. Right, if your characters, if you didn't use the tent, give your characters a push. I would say try to heal your characters up if you got enough MP for magic, and head to the gate that you can see on screen now. There you can rest up before heading to Dali. Obviously, if you've got like a spare tent there, you can use that. But I always head there. And if you want to learn, like I said, if you've stolen the Mithril dagger and you want to learn that ability before you get to Dali, just rest up and all that at the gate. I think it's at Southgate, and that you should be fine. And obviously, like I said, if you haven't learned and all that, level up or any other abilities that you think you need to learn before you get to Dali, and that's fine. Anyways, I'm gonna obviously end the video there. The next video will be episode 4 of my Final Fantasy IX gameplay series for YouTube. Obviously I'll have the bandit ability and that learned by then, so I'm going to do a little bit of training off video. So but thank you very much for watching. I do hope to obviously do more Final Fantasy IX videos, hopefully try and get it on a weekly